Late-night television is no stranger to viral moments, but nothing could have prepared viewers for what unfolded when Wednesday star Jenna Ortega took a seat on the couch opposite Stephen Colbert. With a composed demeanor masking razor-sharp wit, Ortega not only took aim at Meghan Markle but dragged Prince Harry into the firestorm, delivering what's now being dubbed as one of the most brutally honest celebrity takedowns aired on The Late Show. It began innocently enough. Jenna Ortega, the Gen Z starlet known for her dark, brooding performances and deadpan interviews, was on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, ostensibly to promote her latest project. But when the conversation turned to the topic of public image, hypocrisy in Hollywood, and the modern obsession with victimhood, Ortega pivoted in a direction no one anticipated. "I just find it ironic," Ortega said casually, "how someone can walk away from the royal family, claim they want privacy, then go on a global press tour complaining about it. I mean, Netflix series, podcasts, books. At some point, it's not trauma, it's PR." The audience paused before erupting in a mixture of laughter and disbelief. The name Meghan Markle hadn't been mentioned outright, yet everyone knew exactly who she was referring to. But Ortega didn't stop there. As Colbert tried to steer the interview back to lighter territory, Ortega pressed on. "And don't even get me started on Prince Harry," she added, her tone growing sharper. "Here's this guy who wore a Nazi costume at a party, spent years in scandal, and now lectures the world on ethics and media responsibility. The irony's exhausting." Colbert visibly tensed, unsure how to salvage the moment. The crowd, now a mix of gasps and claps, leaned in. This wasn't a scripted roast or a tongue-in-cheek joke. It was a rare, unfiltered critique, live on one of America's most-watched talk shows. Within hours, the clip went viral, trending globally under hashtags like #JennaUnfiltered and #OrtegaVs.Royals. What made Jenna Ortega's words cut deeper wasn't just the bluntness. It was the growing sentiment among many that Meghan and Harry have become symbols of elite victimhood. Ortega, born in 2002, represents a generation raised on raw transparency. Her remarks echo the opinions of millions who feel the royal couple has mastered the art of monetizing grievance. Her unpolished honesty offered a stark contrast to the carefully curated PR machine that seems to power Meghan and Harry's every public move. The Duchess, often celebrated for her advocacy and activism, was now being openly called out by one of Hollywood's fastest-rising stars on her turf. Though the industry has long protected Meghan and Harry, whispers of discontent have simmered beneath the surface. Insiders have grown weary of the couple's calculated media campaigns. One studio executive, speaking on background, admitted, "We can't say it out loud, but a lot of us feel what Jenna said." There's a level of hypocrisy that's hard to ignore. Even in Hollywood, where virtue signaling is currency, fatigue over the Sussexes' narrative seems to be setting in. Ortega's comments didn't create the controversy, they exposed it. For a young actress still climbing the industry ladder, such a public denunciation of two globally influential figures could be career suicide. But sources close to Ortega insist she knew exactly what she was doing. "She's not a puppet," said one of Ortega's close collaborators. "She's never played by the rules. She doesn't need to cozy up to anyone, especially not people she thinks are faking it." Indeed, Ortega's star has only risen since the interview. In the week following the show, her follower count exploded across social media platforms, and her name became a trending topic in over 15 countries. Gen Z and millennial fans alike rallied behind her, praising her for saying what we're all thinking. Perhaps most telling of all was the Sussexes' response. Nothing. No statement. No subtle Instagram post. No podcast segment. For a couple that rarely shies away from setting the record straight, their silence spoke volumes. Royal commentators speculated that the lack of rebuttal might indicate concern over just how much public opinion is beginning to shift against them. After all, if a 22-year-old actress can say what seasoned reporters and palace insiders tiptoe around, What does that say about the stability of their brand? Ortega's takedown tapped into a broader criticism that has been quietly growing, the idea that Meghan and Harry have commodified trauma. The $100 million Netflix deal, the Spotify exclusives, the tell-all memoirs, it's not just storytelling, it's strategy. Ortega phrased it succinctly during the interview: there's a difference between surviving something and milking it. That single line has been quoted endlessly since, with memes, reaction videos, and editorials dissecting the cultural and political implications. The media frenzy has only grown, and polls show a noticeable dip in public approval for Meghan and Harry among American audiences since the episode aired. Jenna's remarks have divided Hollywood. Some stars have subtly shown support, liking posts, reposting snippets, or referencing her comments in interviews. Others, particularly those with ties to the Sussexes, have reportedly urged producers to distance themselves from Ortega.